Well, welcome to the latest video, and as you can see we're not in Norfolk, we're actually in the Czech Republic, in Prague. We're here to see the place where Reinhard Heydrich was assassinated in May 1942. So his vehicle came down this road over here where the bus is and turned on this tight bend, and it was known that at this point he would have to slow down. Now Joseph Walczyk was up that road there near to where the bus is and signed to Kubis, who was on this side of the road, that the vehicle was approaching. With that he then signed to Gabčík, who was over that side of the road, who then stepped out in front of the vehicle. The driver stopped the vehicle, Gabčík stepped out in the road to shoot Heydrich, and the gun jammed. Both Heydrich and Klein, the driver, gave chase. And Gabčík is rumoured to have gone up this way, being pursued by the driver. They're both firing at each other, and the driver was wounded and Gabčík got away. Kubis at this same time threw a modified tank grenade at the vehicle that exploded. The vehicle was roughly where these bollards are today. It exploded and debris from the vehicle went into the back of Heydrich, who was actually mortally wounded. Kubis then allegedly got on his bike and rode away, but other stories say he ran into a butcher's shop which was somewhere down here. He was then given way by the owner, who was pro-Nazi, and Heydrich was firing at him. But Heydrich, badly injured, fell to the ground. So Heydrich was actually picked up by a tram, the people in a tram that had stopped over the other side of the road, put in the back of a vehicle and taken to a hospital, which is now behind this modern building that we have here today. I believe, I may be wrong, but that may be what was then the hospital. It was in this hospital where Heydrich died on the 4th of June. So I'll show you what's here. It's well worth a visit if you're into World War II. And if you've ever seen the film Operation Daybreak or Anthropoid, then you'll understand the story a lot more. As you can see, that's Heydrich's vehicle, and that building there is still here. It's that building over there. So you get a perspective of where the vehicle was over in that direction. There's a hospital behind it, you can see it better there. I'm not 100% sure if that is the hospital, but we're going with it. Now after they'd fled the scene, they went to various safe houses, all three of them, and ended up in the crypt of St. Cyril and Methodius Church, which is one of the places we're going to stop at shortly. So what you have here is a story. Unfortunately it's all in Czech. If you've got Google Translate it might help. Many pictures showing many things that went on. And one of the most visible things is this memorial with three figures on top, flanked by the Czech flag, and this small shelter over here that tells the story. Again, it's all in Czech. So join us on our journey as we travel through Prague today and tell you the story of Operation Anthropoid. We've finally arrived at the Church of St. Cyril and Methodius, and there's very much in evidence wartime stuff, and I'll come and stand over here. There's this opening here behind me. It's the entrance to the crypt. That's where they first tried to flush them out using tear gas. Then they flooded it. Karl Tschirder came along and tried to talk him into getting out, and he wouldn't have it. So eventually, after a big attempt to get them out, they actually committed suicide. But if you look at this building opposite, that's where the Germans trained a machine gun on it. Hence all the bullet holes around the crypt window. Now we're going to go inside now. There's actually a memorial and history of what actually happened in here. So actually after the assassination they went to several safe houses but ended up here. 3 of them in the main body of the church and 4 in the crypt. Now the way the Germans, they said there's about 700 Germans here. If you can see just ahead of us in front of the altar, underneath there, was the original entrance to the crypt. As you can see that it's not too dark in here. If you've seen the film Operation Daybreak, it looks like it's even filmed in here. 3 of the paratroopers were firing from up there down onto here. They were actually killed by the Germans. We'll try and find our way into the crypt. But I just thought I'd give you a view inside the church. Very peaceful in here considering how noisy it is out there. As usual with any display, there's too much to read, but that's where we were, Holzowitzer. It is a very historic place. That's the crypt window we saw from the outside. And this hole you can see here, I hope it shows up, is where they try to dig themselves out. Yeah, I don't think you can see that very well. That's the entrance to the crypt, which is just in front of the altar. You've seen upstairs, it's too dark. Okay, now the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, rather large imposing building that during the war had a very different role. It was head of the Gestapo, or Gestapo headquarters, and this is where Heydrich came, the head of court-martial. People were brought to be tried by him and probably executed. I shouldn't think anybody was found guilty under him. And this is where Karl Czerda came to basically turn in his paratroopers. Because after Heydrich's assassination, just before his death, the village of Lidice was wiped off the map. All the men were shot, all the women were sent to, all the women and children were sent to concentration camps. Czerda came here, turned in all his fellow paratroopers. There's always only ever been credit for 7 assassins, not 8, because of what he did. He was eventually tracked down after the war and then tried for treason and quite rightly hanged. As after he turned his mates in, he worked for the SS for the rest of the war. Some people say for a lot of money. So that's our last port of call. And on the corner here, the only reminder is this little memorial to people murdered by the Nazis in the Second World War. I want to try and translate that. But a very imposing building even today. Well, thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. It's the second of our European tours, only for a day this time, believe it or not. We had an extreme day out. So please think about subscribing, liking and making a comment. All subscriptions are free. And as usual, I'll see you on the next one.